symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
HMMG. Hami Media Group. This is your next level wrestling review. And this is NXT.
Yes, boy!
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whenever you're listening to this show, it's me, it's the D-O-double-G. No, it's not me. I don't know my thing. Oh, yeah, I'm the reporter of the people, the man with the plan. Big Ray here to stay to talk some lucha libre, which is your Spanish lesson for wrestling today. I'm tired. Had a long fucking week. I'm rubbing my eyes right now for the people listening. Not really introducing what I'm supposed to be introducing. I don't know. I just feel like venting right now. It's been a long day. Not really tired. Anyway. So you guys like Duncan Hines? It's good cake, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you the 13-time. Wait, Duncan Hines makes ketchup. What am I thinking about? Am I thinking about the cake? Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it's frosting. Ladies and gentlemen, the Duncan Hines, the 5-time Duncan Hines Fight Night Frosting Champion. I don't know what the fuck that means. The Vet. He's a Rip Rogers guy. The Vet. Vet. Rip Rogers guy. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, he won these titles wrestling in a vat of vanilla frosting. And he went over strong. He's a Rip Rogers guy. See what I did there? Ladies and gentlemen, he's the one, the only, the vet. Jamie Williams, veteran. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm good. So funny story about the Duncan Hines Frosting Championship.
Oh, shit.
They got to use a lot of chemicals to get that vanilla frosting as white as they get it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some of that stuff seeped into my skin, which makes me as pale as I am today.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy? What's going on?
I'm good. How are you, Ray?
I'm okay. I'm very fucking tired, bro. I worked some crazy shifts this week, where like I would work really late at night and then have to be up super early in the morning. So I would get home, fall asleep around 3:00 in the morning, get up at 5:30 in the morning to be at work at 8 a.m.
Yeah, it's just an expression, Ray. I didn't really want to know. Neither did anybody else. It's just something you say.
Why are you such an asshole to me sometimes? I don't understand. I'm pretty nice to you.
For the content.
Oh. Well, speaking of content, I'm going to run this by you. I'm going to ask you a question, Bet. So you wanted me to watch this Chinese karate wrestling match, which I'm not going to speak about here. I'm going to speak about it only on the Impact Attack and only when I'm ready to come on.
All right.
What happened? Go ahead. What are you going to say?
What do you mean what happened? I thought you were going to tell a story about what happened.
So I am fucking exhausted. I'm heading home. The trains are running late. Okay, I was praying to get home by 1:00. It looked like I was going to get home around, 1:30 or something like that. Doesn't matter. So Colin texts me, hey, listen, the vet wants you to come on to talk about the Chinese karate wrestling match from Korea that you watched on the Impact Attack. This is what he said. Do you want me to actually read you exactly what he said? Because I figured it was a lie.
No. Go ahead and we'll go with what you said there.
Okay. Let me see. I just want to make sure I get this right here.
Now, keep in mind.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, talk real quick. I got to find this.
Well, yeah. Well, while you're doing that, I'll tell you the story from my end. Before we go live, I told Colin, send a link to Big Ray. The end. That's all I did. He knew. He knew what it was referring to. I knew you would know what it was referring to. Obviously, there's no way I could have known about what your time frame was or what your day was like or what shift you worked or anything. I just assumed everything was business as usual. So I didn't really say anything other than go ahead and send Ray the link. And I figured, hey, if he can't make it, he can't make it. But he'll have the link in case he can. And then he can just jump in because we already talked about it. That's as far as I said. I don't know what he said. I don't know what he texted you.
Well, I'll pick it up from here, okay? Ray sent you a link for the run-in with the vet tonight. Messenger in your email. Now, I texted him this, okay? All the other stuff about the vet and everything is there. I'm going to leave that out. I already spoke about that. I can't. I'm going to be home around 1:30. Now, let me see what time I sent it. I sent this around 1 a.m., okay? I can't. I'm going to be home around 1:30 a.m. Then I have to wake up at 5:30. Well, actually, I had to wake up at 5:15. 5:30 to be at work before 8. Sorry. Okay. Colin proceeds to text me and then call me while I'm walking home off the train. This was at 1:12 a.m. Colin, I said I have to be up at 5:30.
These are all caps, right?
Yes. Don't call me. What the fuck? Aren't you riding home on the train? Colin asked. I just got home, asshole. I'm showering and going straight to bed. Why would you think I want to do a show when I just told you I have to be up in 3 hours? I hate you. Colin, damn it. We're trying to cold call you. Wouldn't you be upset?
No.
I think I'm pretty clear, right?
No. I wouldn't be upset. This is a New York thing where you fly off the handle for no reason.
Last text of the night, I'm silencing my phone from me. Billy Ray chimes in. LMA. Oh.
Why did he chime in? Oh, it's a group.
Right. Then they keep on. They just keep on. He said he would be home at 1:30 or was way sooner. And then Billy Ray was cranky yesterday. He still loves you, Colin. He's a big grizzly bear. They continue. Colin says, he didn't get blown on the train. LOL. Dude, he's hangry. I mean, they just keep going on and on with these homophobic slurs, these terrible jokes, and my phone kept buzzing. I had to silence my phone.
Oh, I thought it was silenced already at that point.
I wasn't gonna.
Well, you just said you were gonna.
I just said it so that,
and then you didn't do it.
So that they would
I understand
stop.
that story. Yeah.
What does that mean?
Nothing. Labrat says Ray is always threatening to call the vet on the Random podcast. What's the difference?
What do you mean threaten? I call you every week and you jump on, but you always come on at the end of the show when it's off air.
Oh, yeah.
He's talking about.
What's the difference anyway?
There is no fucking difference. God damn it! You have
my phone is silent, so you couldn't call. Calling me would do nothing.
You have rocks in your asshole, Jinder Mahal. How you like that?
Whoa!
I have sand in my vagina.
He's tired, guys. Right. Didn't you hear him at the start of the top of the show? He said he was tired.
I was fucking exhausted. I'm exhausted now. I don't want to do. Yo, I'm gonna say this right off the top of the show. If you guys are expecting an in-depth breakdown of NXT 2.0 from me, you better look at the fucking other. What is it? The other square over here. Because that show I had no interest in that goddamn show. I was watching it this morning. It's terrible. Yeah, so predictable.
We might bring it in at 1:30 today.
Whatever. I think it's only right to acknowledge the people that have took time out of their goddamn day. Oh, by the way,
to listen to this BS. Yeah.
I got to put this over real quick. This is not a joke. So, okay. Lower this. For all those that send out prayers and positive thoughts and messages and all that good stuff to Noelle LaGrasso. I don't know if you guys know, Vito's wife ended up in the hospital. She made it public. She explained that she had a really bad seizure. If you guys don't know the whole story, I'm sure but basically, long story short, they got married. Literally, like just as they got married, Noelle had some real issues with her brain. Long story short, she has these really bad convulsions at times and seizures, and her brain shuts off. It's crazy, and she had a really scary one. She had a seizure for over 3 hours straight. She couldn't even remember her husband's face. And Vito was there. I was going back and forth calling him, just talking and just keeping Vito sane while he was in the waiting room. But thank God she went home yesterday. She's resting. She will be seeing a new neurologist. So God willing, they can figure something out to help our friend Noelle Grasso. So I just want to thank you guys, because I did notice a lot of people from HMG sending positive thoughts and all that good stuff to the Big Vito brand. You can follow him on Facebook because she manages the page and so does Vito, and I also manage that page. So thank you guys. I appreciate you. I love you guys, and trust me from the bottom of my heart, she really it made her day when she was able to remember how to read. I joke around with her. So thank you guys for that. Also, I want to give a big shout out to my boy, Aiden James Hernandez. He got into FIT, Fashion Institute of Technology, one of the top high schools here in New York City for fashion, technology, and graphics arts. He also got into LaGuardia and also art and design, but he chose that one. And he will be graduating this Friday. So if you guys have been following me from fucking day one at onewrestling.com, you remember when my son was born. There are people here probably right now that have been following me since my son was born all the way up to now. It's insane. He's going to high school. And he's going to fucking make video games and buy daddy a house. So I just wanted to put that out there. Learning Japanese. He's learning Japanese. He's been learning quietly for a year. Apparently he's getting good. So we'll see how that works. So now he speaks Mandarin, Spanish, English, and now he's learning Japanese. Hey, what are you? How do you say he's over in Japanese?
Ichiban.
Ichiban, number one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so now that I've acknowledged Noelle, now that I have acknowledged my son Aiden James Hernandez, I think it's time to acknowledge you.
Acknowledge me. Acknowledge me. You're gonna acknowledge me. You there, sitting at home. Acknowledge me.
I don't know how to turn this off. Why is this not turning off?
What?
See this song right here? I'm supposed to hit this pad, right? And it's supposed to turn off. Mm-hmm. For some reason, it's not turning off. So now I have to go to one of these, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know why. And then turn that off, come back over here. This is too much work. And then get to here. That shouldn't be. I just had an update. It's weird. I got to fix that. Sorry about that, guys. Usually I like the smooth transitions and shit. But anyway.
Yeah, let's make it up to him right now.
What do you got, Vet? What do you got
there? As per Google today, I am seeing Al Robinson.
Who?
The great Al Robinson. And Frank's Pickle Barrel Ass is here. And Jinder Mahal is here.
I like Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
He's got rocks in his dick.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Cujo62 is here. Labrat is here. Lawrence Weaver is here. Lisbeth is here. Media M5 is here. And last and certainly mostly least, Sergio Rangel is here.
Wow, you missed a bunch of people.
I am going with the Google list. Let's go back.
Let me see.
Who did we miss?
Frank's Pickleberry, you said him, right?
Yep.
You said Opinion Haver, right? He's there.
He's there. Here I am.
You said Medium M5 or Lab Rat. You said that guy, right? Cujo62, you said him?
All these are you? Why am I reading it if you're just going to read it? I think you should probably just.
No, but I like when you read it. It's better. I don't like doing it.
Yeah, I like when I do too. No, I think we got everybody.
Gentlemen, let me see here.
Dan Heffron did not pop in and out like he usually does.
No, he did not. God damn it.
But we acknowledge him anyway, right here for free. So
you don't
even have to be here to get acknowledged sometimes.
Sergio, is that Sergio? Is he naked on a beach with his kid?
I think so.
Okay, let me just make that bigger. Yeah, there he goes. All right, he's in good shape, the guy.
Yeah, so
better than you, better shape than you.
Oh yeah,
you think so?
Yes. Well, Sergio being a former roommate of mine, I can attest to the supplements that he was taking to always make
Oh
sure he was
shit, vet,
tip-top shape. What?
bro.
He's not high.
I like the way you said that word, supplements.
Look, we live near a GNC, you know, lots of supplements.
A black dude that lived in an abandoned building. He used to sell stuff out of a bag. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I wasn't there,
Oh.
so I can't and won't speculate. Oh, he says Florida water? Yeah, he would import the Florida water to Kentucky, so...
So Florida water, when you're taking this alleged Florida water, right?
Mhm.
Is it actually like water from the springs of Florida? Is it seawater that's been distilled or something that they remove the salt from that you drink? Is
you
it
have to, yeah,
tap
that's
water?
it.
Is it tap
No,
water?
well, it's in the water down there, all of it, but it's especially concentrated around Pensacola Beach.
I gotta tell you
So-
something. Nothing like hot boiling water pouring right on your fucking chest. Coffee, I mean.
Hot liquids on the chest, Ray. That's your weekend stuff. That's not for the
Wow.
weekday.
That really fucking burned. Let me just take a look at my. Oh wow! Look at that. So red. That fucking hurt, and I'm not showing you the pain that I'm going through right now. Just putting it out there.
Do you need to go lay under a cold shower for a few minutes?
I need to fucking spread cold butter on my chest.
You know how like they say the treatment for a first degree burn is to run cold water on it for like 20 minutes? Can you imagine ever standing at a sink for 20? Have you ever stood at the sink for 2 minutes and just counted time? Like, can you imagine standing there for 20 minutes and then just being like, okay, my burn's good?
No, I have. I thought 20 seconds was too long. When Dr. Fauci was telling us you got to wash our hands for 20 fucking seconds, I was like, oh fuck, 5, 6. It was like forever.
Clocks are ticking backwards.
But you know what's funny? You're supposed to wash your hands like for at least 10 to 20 seconds. So I used to barely put soap in my hands, just walk out with a fucking pubic hair sticking out of my finger.
That's such an arbitrary number. There's nothing that says that you're not going to get any cleaner at 20 than you are at 10.
So you think it's bullshit? You think Dr. Fauci would lie to us?
I don't know about him, but I'm just telling you what I believe. As a man that does not get sick and also does not wash his hands for 20 whole seconds every time.
I think he said 20 whole seconds. Anyway, Pat, listen, man. We got some wrestling news, so I think it's only good for us to let me see, let me just type this in here. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the 1, the 2, the 3 count.
This is the 3 count with today's biggest stories in pro wrestling, world news, pop culture, sports, and more. And now, back to Big Ray and the Vet.
Ray, was that the Tootsie Roll owl that you just did?
What did I do?
You counted to 3 and you said 1, a 2.
2, a 3. I might have.
The Tootsie Roll owl.
I might have. That's a fact. All right, guys.
But y'all know about the Tootsie Roll owl in the chat.
Well, nobody knows about. I mean, you have to be at least 35, right?
Yeah, everybody in here is like in their 30s and 40s.
So you
Some
think
are in their
everybody here
50s.
knows Tootsie Roll Owl?
If you don't know about the Tootsie Roll owl, leave. I don't make the
there's-
rules around here.
Like 2 people left in the chat now. All right, I think where's this goddamn story? A quick little update here. So, do you remember? So I'm a little confused here, Vet.
Okay.
So Tony Two Holes, right, or Troy Donovan?
Should we talk about that in the show, or should we just do it now?
Okay, just remind me I have that story. Okay, it's an
Okay.
update regarding why he actually got released. Is that fair?
Oh, sure.
Okay. So I think it's only fair right now. As we go to the land of the rising sun. Hey. Kushida is making his comeback. I'm sure you would know about this. So where is Kushida going to be wrestling next? Kushida, formerly of NXT. I thought the whole time gimmick, the Marty McFly thing was going to go over strong, but that didn't happen. I'm just wondering, Ved, what do you think of Kushida's? Where is he going to be wrestling next?
New Japan. He actually made his return yesterday.
Did he?
Yeah, they had the Hiromu Takahashi versus Taiji Ishimori for the Junior Heavyweight Championship at Korakuen Hall. And sold out, packed Korakuen Hall, and Taiji Ishimori retained, and he was doing his post-match victory speech, and all of a sudden they hit some music, and out walks Kushida.
What kind of music was it?
I don't know how to describe it. It starts with like drum beats. Like Kushida has like long drum beats in his intro, but the people automatically recognized it, and then he walked out and he said some stuff. I don't know what he said exactly because I haven't watched the translated promo yet, but he probably told Taiji his time was up because he's back now.
Anata wa maku desu. Anata wa maku desu.
I am.
Anata wa.
Yeah, what's Maku? Maku. I don't know that one.
Maku desu. Maku desu.
Yeah, I am something, but what is it?
You are a
Am I
mark.
right? I'm correct.
You are a mark. A mark.
Oh, Mark.
Maku
Maku.
desu. You a mark. Japanese mark. You like karate wrestling from Japan, from Korea. So, do you think he's gonna go over strong there, or like what's happening here? I don't know.
You know, I'm not that interested in it because let's face it, nobody else here is either. But the word interesting is key because I kind of thought, even as a fan of New Japan, when they brought Kushida over to NXT, nothing against Kushida, he's like a perfectly solid wrestler, but even among New Japan, he's one of like the least interesting people I think that they could have signed. I guess it was just a matter of him being available. Like he was kind of done in New Japan because he'd already done everything and worked with everybody and done what he could do. So he was looking to sort of make more money and broaden his horizons. Got a chance to come to America and do that. But he's kind of just a guy. Even in New Japan, he's just a guy. He doesn't translate, I don't think, to the American audience as somebody like super exciting. There's like 5 or 6 or 7 different guys I'd bring over before him. Just in the junior heavyweights alone, let alone like the heavyweights. So I was always kind of perplexed and I was wondering like, how is he going to get over here? Pretty mild, wouldn't you say? I mean, he had that good match with Walter once, and he was the Cruiserweight Champion, but do we ever really care about Kushida here?
Well, you do know that Kushida wa Menduce. Kushida's a bitch. Hey. Is he doing the time splitter thing over there?
I think so, but he only came in street clothes and he wasn't dressed in Marty's street clothes, so.
Oh, he didn't have the vest and the stupid sneakers and shit?
No, but that's his entrance gear. You know what
Really?
I mean? It's like, when the Undertaker does public appearances now, he's not wearing his trench coat and hat. You know what I mean? Like he's just dressed how he's dressed. So.
Well, back in the United States. Can we turn this off? It's enough with this shit. So Nikkita Lyons is making her comeback next week. There's really no
in
fucking...
the show. That's in the show.
Is it?
Yeah, they show her in the episode.
Oh, shit. Let me see something. Okay, here we go. Oh, did you watch Raw this week with Vince McMahon?
Yep.
What'd you think of that, man? What'd you think of the leap of death? Or the I don't give a fuck leap? That's basically what it was.
What did he do?
He leaped from steps. You didn't watch Monday Night Raw?
I had it on.
You didn't see all the memes?
No. Maybe a couple memes, but I guess I didn't get them.
With him jumping? No.
I guess it went over my head because I wasn't paying attention when he was on TV. Well, you know,
Oh wait, I'm not doing that. Mm-hmm.
Ray, all this Vince McMahon stuff came out. You didn't really have a chance to say anything about it. Would you like to? Like thoughts or anything? Because I talked about it on the Smack Attack when I subbed in this past week, so I got to talk about it a little bit. But you know, all this happened and you haven't had a chance to say anything. Is it? What do you think about things?
Honestly, here's the deal, bro. With Vince McMahon, people need to understand this man will be in power. If he was in a jail cell and he can make a phone call, he will still be in power. He'll still be making calls. I really don't like. I'm not surprised. Like I don't know why this is such a big deal that a wrestling promoter would do something like this, or that Vince McMahon or a billionaire would do something like this. It's not a big deal. People made it sound like they thought that once Vince McMahon was out of power, somehow Stephanie McMahon would bring Triple H back and they would take over the WWE and everything would fucking be great. It would be like NXT, 3.0 or something shit. I don't know.
The Shoot Authority.
Yeah, some weird shit, But, it's just like, John Laurinaitis, he's out of power. And then guess who they put in? They put in white man number 3. They put in Brother Love. Bro, this shit will always be owned by the McMahons until it's not owned by the McMahons. What I'm saying is that this is, I don't know, man. Not Tony Khan. What's his?
Wait a minute. I find it interesting that you said that, Ray. Not anything specifically about you, but if you skip back a few months, like wasn't the talk just everybody saying, "Oh, the WWE's just trying to get a sale. They're just trying to sell this company. They're trying to sell it." Now people are saying, Vince McMahon will always be around. He'll never give it up. So which is it? You know what I mean?
I was never convinced that WWE wanted to sell.
Neither was I, but people were saying it, right?
Of course, people on this platform were saying. Ben was saying it, over and over again that they would sell to Disney, but I don't think Disney would touch this company. Like I don't know if Disney would touch this company because honestly, let's be real. What Disney touches right now turns to shit. I mean, you look at that Buzz Lightyear movie, and we're going to talk about that tonight. The Ridiculously Random podcast with the. And again, I don't give a fuck whether you're gay, straight, you fucking holes in trees. I don't give a shit. But don't push it on us. And anyway, that didn't work out. So I don't know. With the whole gay kiss scene, I don't know if you know about that.
Of course I do. I don't think that's why it didn't make the money they wanted.
I think so because of that kiss scene, because they decided to push it into the movie, even though they removed it because they said there's no need for it. But then they pushed it back in to say, "Oh, fuck you," hey. It was banned in 15 countries. So the movie just didn't show in 15 countries, which made it take a hit. So I would say, yes, it did have an effect. But anyway, back to Vince McMahon. So here's the situation. It's like people are acting like this is fucking new, like new news. Vince McMahon has not lived with Linda McMahon for, I think, over a decade or more.
Right.
They're only together in name. They're not fucking married. Vince is banging out and oh boy, I gotta, I'm gonna put this out there. There were a couple of people that were affiliated with HMG, and one of them apparently broke the NDA and put out the name of the person who released the name of the young lady that Vince McMahon was having an affair with. I don't know if you've been following this on social media. And
well, let's put it this way: he didn't sign no NDA.
No, true, and it is what it is.
So
but
he doesn't
then
give a fuck.
It's so funny how those two guys who were trying to bury HMG, now the fat fuck guy was burying HMG, and now he's like canceling the guy that he buried HMG for. It's just like it's just like karma just came around. Yeah, that's wonderful. And we didn't say anything because we didn't care. But I think I just had to put it out there that karma's a bitch, and it does exist, I believe. And eventually, good things happen to good people, and bad things happen to bad people. You can only do so much, and this is why Vince McMahon's in trouble. He's a bad guy. I think he's a bad guy. Is he a bad guy, Vet? You think Vince is a bad guy?
Yeah, in a lot of ways.
Okay, So if he does a lot of bad things, he's a bad person. I believe that eventually he's going to catch up with him, and it did. It did, but this isn't the first time either.
No, and that's why I say, like, I don't know if it's catching up. If this isn't enough, we'll forget about this in a few weeks.
Vince McMahon had to step down during the steroid era, the steroid scandal. Okay,
Right.
and he was away for years. Now, people, I don't know if people understand this. Linda McMahon took charge of WWE, and Vince McMahon. How long was he away for?
Not that long.
No. And name, he was not the CEO for a few years.
Yeah, but that didn't matter because it was private then.
Right, true.
There
This
was
is a
no
public trading
reason
company.
to even, like, nobody gave a shit. They just...
Listen. Nick Khan is not going to buy the WWE. You know who I think may buy the WWE? Vet? And I guess you can quote me on this because I think it's all kind of falling into place. I think if WWE is ever going to be sold, if anybody's going to actually buy it, I think it's going to be Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, along with Nick Khan as a partner. I think that's going to happen. And if you know about The Rock's his history, his grandmother used to run a promotion in Hawaii. And I'm sure you know about this, Vet, but maybe some of the people listen to. She ran a promotion in Hawaii, and she had an excellent relationship with Vince McMahon, Rocky Johnson, so on and so forth. They used to exchange. They would send fucking King Kong Bundy, Big John Studd, Macho Man, all the biggest stars, Ricky Steamboat, everybody over to Hawaii to do these these big shows over there and stuff like that. And his grandmother was a cutthroat son of a bitch, and she was a tough promoter, very respected, the wife of High Chief Peter Maivia. And when he passed away, she continued taking over the wrestling promotion. And then later on, Ata, Rock's mother, would take over for some time. But anywho, so all that is like, I think it's like kind of like a big circle, like Vince helped them out. And then eventually Vince had to buy them out. She lost her promotion through some nefarious things that happened over in Hawaii. And she basically was homeless for a while, and she had to come in. Anyway, it's a long story. But I think it would be cool if The Rock could buy the WWE. Do you think that is a possibility? He and Nick Khan, because they've been related or in family and friends in cahoots for decades now. People don't know that either. That Nick Khan and The Rock are very close, and his ex-wife and so on and so forth. They've worked, I think, extensively together.
I suppose there may be an outside possibility, but a lot of crazy things would probably have to happen before that could happen.
Like what, Vet?
Well, Vince McMahon's got to die for one thing. Because he'll be damned if he's going to sell his company to somebody that he thinks he made. But that's probably the case in any case of a sale, right? That's what I've always said. I was like, cold dead fingers. That's how you're going to get the WWE out of Vince's hands. I don't think Shane or Stephanie care that much that they wouldn't let it go do something else. So really that's all you have to look at. I think this was the ultimate thing that Triple H was sort of angling for the entire time. And then in light of recent health events, perhaps he realizes, I don't know if I could take it. Maybe this is what I thought I wanted, but maybe I don't anymore. But yeah, the thing with The Rock is is that something that he really wants to do?
Who knows?
He's taken many steps to distance himself from it at every turn. And to go back to it when he's so successful in calling his own shots now, I don't know if he would have the interest in that.
Right.
I mean, he might have. See, the XFL is something different. Like, I mean, football was probably what The Rock thought he was always going to do.
That was indeed his first love.
He didn't think he was going to be. Right. So like that makes sense, and it's way cheaper than the WWE. So I get it, but the McMahons are not going to sell controlling interest in this company. It's just not going to happen. And that's why it doesn't matter with this scandal what the board of directors thinks. Vince McMahon still owns a majority of that stock. So it's really just
the wrong cough button, by the way. I apologize.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, I just don't see it.
No, I don't see it either.
happening. But yeah. So in summary, your thoughts is on Vince McMahon is meh, pretty much what we thought.
I don't care. And then Vince is going to come out.
It's not even the most scandalous thing about Vince McMahon that people have ever heard.
I mean, what is the most fucked up thing that we've heard about Vince McMahon?
What was that thing about the limo? Somebody getting
what?
Not the exploding limo.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were talking about. I'm like, that was fake.
No,
He's
there's
alive.
there's another limo story. I am not that sure about. I'm sure somebody knows in the chat what I'm talking about.
Can you talk about it, or no? You don't feel comfortable talking about it because I don't know.
Well,
what
it's
you're
not that I
talking
don't feel comfortable. It's just that I don't really. I've only heard like passing mentions of this. So, but you know, possible rape allegations.
about. Oh shit! In a limo?
In a limo. Yeah.
Well,
So this is maybe back in the 80s something. I don't know. You can go down the list of things that we've heard about Vince.
well,
I'm sure there's fire where there's smoke.
Okay, so let's run down. I found a fun little list here, and I'm going to give a credit to the Sportster.
BuzzFeed's top 10 Vince McMahon scandals.
This is a Sportster.com.
Okay.
Top 7. What is this? Seven controversial stories about Vince McMahon he doesn't want fans to know. Number 7. Allegedly raped a former referee. Rita Marie Chatterton was the first female referee in WWE. She worked in the company in the 80s, but her career as a referee was short-lived. Rita claimed that one night she got into Vince's limo to discuss her contract, but Vince wanted to discuss putting his penis in her mouth. That's number 7. So this is the rape gimmick. Okay. They put a gag order on Deborah, number 6. This is during the height of Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Deborah McMichael, Steve Austin's wife.
Deborah Stone Cold, you mean? Deborah Austin.
Well, that's the only last name I've ever heard used for her. So
it says Stone Cold Steve Austin was the hottest thing in wrestling during the Attitude Era, and one of the major reasons Vince McMahon managed to win the ratings war WCW. Okay, when Austin's then wife Deborah filed domestic violence charges on him, Vince McMahon was one of the first to cover up for him. He allegedly told Deborah to never discuss this publicly with anyone after Austin walked out on the company in 2002. He was briefly arrested for beating his wife, allegedly. The couple divorced soon after, so on and so forth. So that's number 6.
Yeah, that's funny that it was covered up because everybody heard about that at the time. So
Right.
I don't know what got covered up, but just because Deborah didn't officially say it, we all heard it. We all believed it. I heard Steve Austin can't throw a good working punch, so maybe he was just practicing something like for a match later, and it got out of hand.
How about this one? I didn't hear this one. He forced Lita to have sex celebration with Edge. Did you know that?
Well, I could see that being something that Edge and Lita would be like, no, I'm not doing it. But as we've seen lately, Edge will just do what he's told anyway. So
It says Edge and Lita were both against the segment, but Vince McMahon, you're right. Vince McMahon didn't listen to anyone, including John Cena, who tried to cancel this idea. Vince McMahon even threatened to fire Lita if she didn't go through with the company, with the gimmick. Number 4, allegedly saved Jimmy Snuka from murder trial. I think you're familiar with this, right?
Well, yes, some of it. Something about Vince showing up at some location with a briefcase.
There was a story. It says there were stories that Vince McMahon paid off the investigators to save Snuka from legal troubles. Argentino's family filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the Hall of Famer, and he paid $500,000 as a result to this day. Okay, so that's number 3. Gail Kim signed Gail Kim when Jim Ross told men were into Asian pornography. So the only reason
I've heard something to that effect, yes.
So basically,
I don't know how that's a number 2 on this fucking
It's
list.
number 3.
Or number 3 even. Yeah. Should be number 7. You gotta ease into the stuff. They just kicked it off with rape right out the gate.
I think rape would be higher, no?
I think that should be probably number 1 of the stories I've heard, but we'll see.
But we'll do number.
Let's keep going here.
Well, number 2 is the steroid scandal. It says here, McMahon was accused of giving steroids to wrestlers like candy, and many of the wrestlers even testified against him. He even transferred WWE ownership to his wife Linda because there was no way he was getting out of this without a miracle. Yet he shocked the world by snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. And number 1, you ready?
Let's hear it.
The 1992. That's my Howard Finkel. Ring Boy scandal.
Ah, yes.
The 90s wasn't a good decade for the WWE until the Attitude Era began. While most fans know about the infamous steroid trial of 1993, a year before that, the company was dragged into another controversy. In 1992, Terry Garvin, do you remember Terry Garvin? Terry Garvin and Mel Phillips were accused of sexually harassing a young ring attendant named Tom Cole. Garvin and Phillips were fired, and then they were never brought back. Cole claimed that everyone in the WWE, including Mr. McMahon, knew about this situation, but still didn't do anything. Also, Vince McMahon claimed that he was never involved in the scandal and had no idea this was happening behind his back. Cole committed suicide, unfortunately. I'm throwing unfortunately in there some time ago, and this scandal once again it was brought to people's attention. So yeah, the ring boys getting raped and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
We think of that, brother.
Yeah, that's the
number
kind. Look, let me just say one thing, just in case. Like most of the fans of HMG, most of our listeners and stuff, they're all kind of smart to this stuff. They've had Ben in their ears educating them about these type of things for years now, and yourself, Ray, and just everybody's been, kind of peeling back the curtain and giving people a look at this. So, most of you guys listening already kind of know the deal. But just in case that we have new listeners signing up to Channel Attitude or whatever, giving us a sample or whatever, let me make one thing very, very crystal clear. Yep. For the fans, like, that have no experience on the other side of the curtain, in the locker rooms, whatever. If something like what Ray described in this story is going on, this sort of the ring, boy harassment, whatever. If that's going on, everybody knows about it. Even if they don't know for sure, they heard about it. They're aware of it. Someone told them, and something like Vince McMahon's he's never going to see that with his own eyes. But people are going to tell him what's going on, and he's going to stay away from it, because if he doesn't see it, then if somebody asks him if he ever saw it, he can say no and be telling the truth.
Word.
But make no mistake, if there's any sort of anything going on, whether it's insignificant little, like, I just got a new Honda Civic or whatever, everybody knows about it. There's nothing more juvenile and gossipy than a fucking wrestler's locker room. So everybody knows everything all the time, whether they care about it or not. So there's no like, oh, I had no idea this was. No, you did. Trust me, he did. Never believe anybody in any major company. Forget wrestling.
Yeah.
Any business, like, doesn't matter what it is. Everybody knows everything. Come on.
And Vince definitely knew, bro. If you know Vince McMahon the way we know Vince McMahon, or the way people that we know that have had worked for Vince McMahon, Stevie Richards, for over a decade. Yep. Yeah. Vince knew. Vince knew he might have been involved, allegedly. I mean, we've heard stories about Vince McMahon and Shawn Michaels and Vince McMahon and Ring Boys and stuff like that. So, I don't know. But to put a cap on this, apparently WWE now facing multiple potential class action lawsuits. I'm going to read this verbatim here. 5 law firms are now looking into potential class action lawsuits against WWE on behalf of shareholders. The firm announced that they are looking to take up class action lawsuits WWE after it was revealed that the WWE board of directors is investigating allegations of misconduct by Vince McMahon and John Laurinaitis. The shareholder, I'm sorry, I have bad allergies. The shareholders' rights law firms are investigating potential violations of federal security laws by WWE. Blah, blah, blah. So basically, this breaks down like a whole bunch of different lawsuits, talking about how. Let me see, what does it say here? Shareholder. I want to read this real quick. I mean, I think we're all pretty well versed in what's going on, right? With WWE, all the different situations where WWE was cock blocking AEW, and then you have the rape allegations, and so it's like everything is just coming back. They're bringing everything back, and the shareholders are like, all right, well, you know what? Our money's invested in this. Our money is tied up in this. So these are five individual class action lawsuits on WWE. It's just, I don't know, man. Is this going to be like the 24-hour news cycle where after 6 months, people are going to forget about this and it's going to be like it never happened?
6 months, that's generous.
Okay, 6
nothing
months.
will happen. Nothing significant will happen from this is my prediction. I think that the most that you like, what's going to happen with these class action lawsuits is they'll all be settled, and then you'll never hear about it, because it's way easier for the WWE to just pay whatever they want than to try to fight it. As for the, quote unquote scandal, that's exactly like what I said earlier, where you just read that list of 7 things. Having a side chick or whatever in your office is the least scandalous thing that you read.
Man. Easy.
So that's not going to be enough to do it. If the other stuff couldn't do it, this ain't going to do it. So it's just going to be business as usual as far as I'm concerned. And then, we'll forget about it. And someone down the road will say, hey, whatever happened to that thing? And then everybody like, I don't know. That's what you can look forward to.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Oh, wait. I think this just came out here. Talking about the stock. WWE Athena talks shit about Vince McMahon and WWE. Nobody cares about that.
I do. What you say?
Okay. Athena contrasts Tony Khan to her former boss. It has already been eventful. Okay, we already about no. Okay. I'm gonna quote. This is Athena, aka Sailor Moon, whatever the fuck her name was in WWE. Mm-hmm. Tony is like extremely busy, but my interactions with him have been insanely different than any of my former bosses, Athena said, because he's just excited. He's pumped. He's high. Oh, I threw that in there. Oh. He wants to get everyone pumped as he is. So he's allegedly giving people cocaine. This is what I'm getting out of this. It's the first time that I think I had a show. He just going up to every match like, let's go. Let's get this. I've never had that. And it's just energy on cloud 9 every step of the way. Sometimes the couple of days I've been there, where there have been like 14 hours and his energy doesn't drop. He's so motivating. He's so pumped about everything on TV product, which I'm not used to on a level. Normally, it's like, all right, go out there, blah, 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 cool. You know what you're doing. And at the end. All right, so basically what she's saying is, I'm not going to read all of this, but she's saying that WWE was like, all right, it's business as usual. Go out there, do your thing. And Tony Khan is on a cocaine rant every night before a show. Your thoughts? Have you wrestled for a guy like Tony Khan?
No.
Was Rip Rogers like that? Come on, guys, you can do it. This guy right here. This fucking guy right here. The vet.
Rip Rogers was surprisingly reserved.
Oh, shit.
In those type of situations. Which,
was he?
Yeah, looking back on it, I realized, he was pretty calm and he didn't do a lot of that, but I think, that's cool. I don't think Tony Khan can keep that up for 40 years, but, right now, he's like, this is the natural evolution of him being a fan. Like, at first, he's probably playing with wrestling toys, as a small child, and then he's probably playing wrestling video games when he gets a little bit older, and now he's got real wrestling shows to do. So he's probably super excited about it all the time. And whereas Vince doesn't even like pro wrestling, and he just did it because there was nothing else he could do, and there's nothing else he's good at. So, he's just tired of it, from the beginning. And you see it. He uses an excuse for an outlet for all his creative weirdness, whether you're talking about the stuff that's going on behind the scenes, or if he just thinks that it was a good idea to have a wrestling garbage man. He doesn't give a fuck. So yeah, I can see how it would be totally different working for those two guys.
I just see a story that, I don't know, it just intrigues me here. I just want to read it real quick. It just says, a thief who does not rule ass steals Warhorse's car.
Oh, no.
Let me see what this says here. Let me see. As he would tell you, it generally rules ass to be Warhorse. Warhorse is one of the recognizable names in the independent wrestling circuit today, and a performer who has parlayed his success to the occasional appearance on AEW. There is one aspect of Warhorse's life right now that doesn't rule ass, however, and that would be the fact that his car was stolen. Fuck cares. The former IWTV independent wrestler.
What kind of car was it? That's all that's the only pertinent piece of information.
I don't know, but it's a nice tweet here which says, somebody stole my fucking car. Anyway, it says the former IWTV independent wrestling champion announced the crime occurred in a tweet earlier. Somebody stole my fucking car. Warhorse tweeted, blah, 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 all caps. Warhorse provided no further detail on the incident. Later, he would receive a message of support from various wrestlers, including WWE stars. Did anybody fucking buy him a new car? I'm just wondering.
Speaking of The Rock, shouldn't The Rock buy Warhorse a new car?
I got to tell you something, brother.
Shouldn't he? And shouldn't he have a camera crew there to film him giving Warhorse the new car?
You see, this is the thing I don't like that Dwayne does. I think Dwayne's heart is in it, but it's also like a DDP type thing.
Yeah.
Where I think DDP genuinely, and I've actually, did I ever tell you when DDP called me?
No.
So I had started doing DDP yoga. This was when I was 400 pounds. I started doing DDP yoga, and I had lost about 50 pounds at the time. So I was down to like 350 something or whatever. And I get a phone call from a guy, and I pick up the phone. It's a Georgia fucking number, and somebody chewing on the other line. Hey, is this Big Ray? I'm like, yeah, this is Ray. Hey, listen, this is DDP. I'm like, what? I was like, who? It's Diamond Dallas
It was a
Page.
rib? Did you think it was a rib like Bill Apter told somebody to?
He goes, and this is how he got my number from Bill Apter, and Bill Apter, I guess, had tweeted something or sent something to him saying that he was doing it, and the fucking guy called me just to fucking motivate me. Didn't pay. He didn't get paid or anything. He just did it because he heard it and he thought it was a cool thing, and he had me on the phone for like 10 minutes. Just, giving me ideas and telling me what to do and, stick with it and send me pictures and shit and all this other. I thought it was pretty fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
And the camera, nobody knocked on my door with cameras. That was pretty nice. So I think guys like that, I don't know if Dwayne Johnson, I don't know. Like, he bought Tamina a house. That was really fucking nice. There was a camera crew in there. So I don't know. How do you take that?
I think that The Rock is a master of protecting his public image.
Do you think he's a good guy?
Let me put it to you this way. Let me answer that question with a question.
Can you say, let me tell you something, brother?
I could, but I won't.
Okay, got it.
If The Rock is doing nice things for his own benefit, does it really matter to the person who's receiving the nice things?
I'll take a fucking house, Dwayne.
Yeah, I don't care what The Rock's motivation is. If you're performing charity and you want to film it and let everybody know that you're performing charity, you're still performing charity.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day. So, yeah. He's well within his rights to do that. Oprah did it for a long time. People seem to like her. So, that may have been where he got the idea. I don't know.
Elizabeth believes both things can be true. I think she's right.
I think we all do good deeds. I mean, of course we are there's those moments where people need help and it would inconvenience us greatly to help, but we do it anyway because we care. But I also think that, you know, when we give gifts or things like that, we know that part of it is how it makes us feel as well, right? Like, yeah, we're giving somebody something nice, but we also selfishly like that feeling of seeing somebody get a nice thing and knowing it was because of us, right? Like, so there's nothing wrong with that. That's just human nature. You know, we don't all film it, but we're not all The Rock either. So
no, we're not. No, we're not.
I mean, you know.
You know, we just to cap this off, Warhorse did get some support. Shotzi Blackheart, who apparently the gimmick where she rides in on the little tank, you know, was taken away from her, right?
Sure,
It wasn't her
talked about
idea.
it many times.
She's not happy about it, but
Of course, it wasn't her idea. It's anyway.
she says, "Damn." She says, "Damn, been there. I hid an air tag in my car now," which is what you should do, especially.
Oh, that's because remember when someone stole her helmet or stole her car and her helmet was in it, and that's all she cared about because that was given to her by her first trainer.
Did she ever get it back?
Yes, she did.
Oh, how?
She ended up getting it back.
Was it Tony D'Angelo?
Somebody maybe.
Tony
Hey,
D'Angelo.
don't worry about it. Don't
Hey,
worry how we got it.
I got you.
No, I think that was well before he came, but I forget exactly, but I know they found the car and they found the helmet was still in the trunk where she left it. But in the meantime, now this is a thing that I wouldn't have known about if it wasn't for Shotzi, but in the meantime, when she thought her helmet was gone for good, Triple H made her another helmet, like as like a, you know, hey, we're sorry, you know, that this happened to you, even though it had nothing to do with us. But here we wanted to show you, you know, that we care. So he made her another helmet, like to try to replace the old one. So
that's nice.
That, you know, that's a nice thing of Triple H. But then she ended up getting it, so now she has both helmets.
Did he have a camera crew when he was making the helmet?
I don't. Maybe.
Camera crew was there, vet.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Anyway. Well, I think that's about it for news this week. We have a stacked NXT. I got to be honest with you, brother. I think it's only fair to say this show did not retain much of my attention. I mean, I did watch every single match. I watched every single segment.
And your eyes glazed over much of the time?
It was too predictable for me. It was one of those things that we spoke about last week, how you know this person's going to win. Or you know how this is going to end. It's very predictable, very bad segments. You know what? Fuck it. Let's jump right into it, ladies and gentlemen. I usually hit the Braun Breaker gimmick, but I think this week we'll do this.
It's all about family.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it is NXT 2.0. It took place Tuesday night, January 21st, 2022, with a main event for the North American Heavyweight title. And we kick the show off, ladies and gentlemen, with Grayson Waller. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. You know what? I think
you want me to run this down, Ray?
You can do
and
that.
Get us the hell on out of here.
Before we do that, I just wanted to take a minute, man. We lost Tim White. We lost Dave Hebner. Not Earl Hebner. We lost Dave Hebner. Two absolutely legendary careers. And funny story that this is what the Mandela effect really is. Remember when Tim White did the gimmick where he was trying to kill himself every single week on WWE? I thought he was dead already. I thought he was dead, and I realized
I knew that he didn't die then, but when I did see him pass, I was like, I don't know why I thought he was dead. I didn't think he died back then when they did that skit, which was in horrible taste, by the way.
Terrible.
But like more like 2 or 3 years ago or something, you know.
But real quick, the funny thing is that Tim White had accepted a Facebook friend request of me at least about 3 years ago, and he had recently posted on Facebook, and I had to go back to see if I was just going crazy. So no, he was alive and well, but we lost two legendary, like just incredibly legendary referees, man. Were you a fan of Tim White, and were you a fan of Dave Hebner?
Yeah, well, Dave Hebner not as much because he was always the office guy. You know, like Earl was the ref after the whole twin refs thing. They just went with Earl. And then Dave, sometimes you'd see Dave Hebner when all the officials would pour out of the back and try to break something up, and you see Tony Gurria and stuff, and then you see Dave Hebner sometimes.
Gurria.
It was Tony Gurria, Dave Hebner, and what was the other guy?
Rene Goulet.
Yes. Those were the three guys you always saw. But yeah, so then and Tim White, yeah. One of Andre the Giant's caretakers, legendary ref.
He loved Andre the Giant. You see those like the HBO thing they did. Just wonderful. But anyway, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and like you said, legendary ref. He was like the number 2 guy behind Earl Hebner. Like if Earl Hebner had to do all the main events and stuff, but Tim White was like right there behind. Took a bump in Hell in the Cell. That's what ended his wrestling or his reffing career.
Yep.
And
he opened a pub, didn't he?
He opened a pub, but I don't know if he already had that or not. The Friendly Tap is what it's called.
And he went full time. Like that became his life. Pretty much.
No, he worked there still. Because when I was at WrestleMania, I had to get my payoff from Tim White. So he was the guy handing out the money.
What was the name of the place called?
The Friendly Tap.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So he was still working there and doing that kind of stuff. But I'm sure he was at the bar, every chance that he got. And he had other people probably running it day to day. But yeah, for a long time he was on the road with the WWE even when he wasn't reffing. So.
So the Friendly Tap. This is Rhode Island, is it?
I think.
Oh yeah, it's still here. It's only got like 4 out of 5 stars. Not bad.
Pretty good.
I'm looking at the Yelp reviews. Nobody's mentioning Tim White. It's fucked up.
Maybe you'll get some sympathy star ratings now that.
I'm gonna give it 5 stars.
Go ahead.
Tim White.
And then maybe one day you can go to it.
Fucking awesome. All right, go ahead, man. So break this show down because I don't care.
All right. Well, the first thing we see is 2 different shots of Mello and Trick coming in, and then Tony arrives. But old Two Holes is still with them. So this leads into what you were going to say earlier, where, okay, last week we're like, I guess they taped this show because this guy's fucking released. And Now it's been another week, and I don't think they taped 3 weeks in a row anymore like they used to back when NXT was good. So what's the deal?
So all I got was that they released him because he popped on a drug test.
Okay.
That's
Don't they
it.
normally say that? Every time somebody fails a drug test, they say, such and such, and then real name in parentheses, and then they say has violated the WWE's wellness policy. He will be suspended for whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like there's a certain language that's posted on the actual website.
I have an interesting question. What if WWE fucked up? It was a fucked up drug test.
Oh.
So he's like, dude, I didn't fucking take drugs. They popped him. They released him. It was made public that they released him. And then they just like, forget it. We changed our minds. It was our mistake.
Yeah, oops.
Because you're right. It's been what? How many weeks now? 3 weeks since his release, his quote unquote release. I like you said, I was like, wait a second, why is this fucking kid still on TV?
Right. And the release and the statement was different language and wording than they usually use for those things. Look, if you were following the WWE in the late 2000s, through the teens and stuff like that, the late aughts through the teens, you saw how many wellness policy violation statements? Like they all have the same exact thing. It's just a format. All you do is plug in the names. And this was just like, he violated company policy. We don't know. He could come back. It's like, what? So, I don't know.
This is weird. I went to Troy Donovan's Twitter. Can I share this with you? Maybe I got the wrong Troy Donovan. That's his name, right? That's his real name?
Well, try stacks or 2 dimes.
So, I get this.
Who's
Right?
that smug asshole?
Isn't that him?
Is it? No. Is
You
it?
sure?
They all look alike to me, man.
Anyway, I got.
Dude, I honestly don't know which of the 2 guys was supposed to get released. I don't even know their difference between them. So let's just go ahead and say that they're arriving here with Tony, and the whole family is here. And we go right into Solo Sikoa versus.
Oh, I was looking at the Twitter. I'm sorry.
Well, if I let you say a name, then you know. Who
Oh,
it is.
that's. I don't even have to look. It's Grease and Waller.
Right. So Waller comes in and he gets a microphone and he's talking his way to the ring, and then he says he's gonna finally uncensor himself. Like,
Oh,
we're gonna get
shit.
the uncensored Grayson Waller, and then Solo jumps him. So we started hot and we don't get to hear an uncensored Grayson Waller. They have a match, some stuff happens, and Waller wins. So take that, Solo Sikoa. The crowd is chanting Solo, but I'm looking at the crowd and nobody's saying anything. So I think they're trying to pipe this in to keep them from chanting Uso, which they normally like to do. That's basically my takeaway from this whole thing.
Back to the Troy Donovan thing.
Okay.
Doing some more research here. So I backed out and I came back in and I got this. This is his official. And you click on it, you got nothing here.
Huh.
I'm very confused as to what's going on. See, this is him.
Ah.
What do you think, Vet?
Dude, this is weird. It's weird how it's going down, and I guess it's not that weird how much I don't give a shit, but
No, I know you don't
something
give a
to talk
shit.
about, because like we're seeing 2 conflicting things.
I'm
But
really confused.
The Tony D'Angelo thing is so up and down throughout this whole episode that they couldn't just take it out. You know what I mean? Like, they couldn't just delete it out just because they released him. That would mess up the whole show. So, and then they would have to do work to make replacement segments. So I guess they could do a bunch of recap packages like SmackDown does, but I'll give NXT that. They don't do a lot of fucking wasting time with recaps.
It's just, I'm sorry, Vet. It's something is perplexing to me. Because, like you said, they don't do it. This is weird. It's sloppy. Now, I can't find much on him at all on any social media, but he was on TV. When is this?
Because he's still not that over, you know what I mean? So it's not like people are like rushing to make his own Wikipedia page.
When is this taped? Like when do they tape these things?
I don't know. Chat.
But is it a week before or the week of? Like if it's on a Tuesday, do they tape it on a Monday?
I thought it was supposed to be live. So I don't know. I don't know when they tape the tape shows, because they're supposed to go live on Tuesdays.
Can anybody help us here, chat? When do they tape NXT? Or if it is taped, or is it live? I don't know. You're right. I thought it was live.
It used to be, allegedly.
Let me look at
Well,
that.
anyway,
All right, so what's next?
Let's continue. Tony's telling they're doing an interview. They got the family backstage with Mackenzie, and Tony's like, he says if he doesn't walk out tonight as the new North American champ, there will be hell to pay. And he's talking to Santos. So basically just saying. Then the K-Sounds come in and we go to break. Then we get a vignette for some guy named J.D. McDonough.
I didn't see that.
You didn't see that? Well, it's some guy driving a little roadster through a bunch of boring looking
Wait a
scenery,
second.
so-
That's Jordan Devlin.
Right, that's where they get the JD from. I was just about
Why
to
did
say
they change
that.
his name?
I don't know.
Well, I looked him up last night because I was gonna leave a snide remark. Some people were saying like putting him over like he's the next big thing, and I just put I did actually put it up. I went on Facebook. I forgot what page it was, and I just put his weight and his height: 5'10", 185.
Not even.
What does that mean? Somebody wrote me. I didn't even reply. He's another 5'8", 185 guy. 5'10".
He ain't 185. He's 5'8". He's probably 5'7".
5'10". They have him 5'10".
Well, yeah, but they're spotting him though.
Oh,
you know how this
5'8",
works.
easy.
Plus 2 inches, plus 30 pounds. That's your basic. So he's probably like 5'8", 150.
All right, so hold on. I think Elizabeth here. Let me see what she says here. Taped editions of NXT will air June 14th and June 21st. That was the week before. That was 2 weeks prior, and the brand will be returning live. Interesting. So the last 2 weeks,
it's as simple as that. They just already taped these and they're in the can. So they're just airing them, and then he'll be gone next week with no explanation. That's basically what's going to happen here.
Well, here is an explanation. And I guess we can talk. Why don't we figure out where in the match they can make a storyline where he was released and then boom?
There isn't, because I was looking for that.
Yeah,
they
wasn't
made
he
this.
Wasn't he the one that pulled the gimmick and fucked up the match?
No,
it wasn't the other guy.
The finish of the main event was Santos slid the brass nuts on purpose, but
the singles match with fucking Idris Elba.
Yeah, but no, that wasn't.
Yes, right. Hold on. Should I be concerned?
No, Idris had a match with Cameron Grimes. Why the hell would those guys be out there?
Should I be concerned there's a fucking crow right outside my window staring at me?
No, bring him on. Well, ask him if he knows what they're going to do with Stacks.
Well, now there's Sting.
Oh.
That makes sense. That's fine. He's sitting on the roof of the other house. Go ahead.
All right. You want to bring Sting on, or
I think he's busy doing Sting things.
Okay. Is Darby out there? Does he want to come on, talk about his ex-girlfriend?
Who's his
She's
ex-girlfriend?
coming up later.
No, Gigi? I don't see Darby.
All right. Okay, so anyway, so Jordan Devlin, yeah, another tiny child. He's Finn Balor, but like even impossibly smaller than Finn Balor. He makes Finn Balor look like Batista. So I don't know. I think what they're doing is they're trying to just call in guys, because you remember Jordan Devlin was a guy that was already over here working. He was the Cruiserweight Champion. Then the whole lockdown thing happened. He got sent back home as the Cruiserweight Champion. Then they had a tournament to crown a new Cruiserweight Champion. And he's sitting over there like, hey, I'm the Cruiserweight Champion. We already talked about all this, didn't we?
Damn, we sure did.
Yeah, so now it's almost like they want to go through, get rid of everybody that they used to have. So they're bringing them over so that they can say, hey, we gave you a shot, kid. It didn't work out. Now you're released. That's probably what I see going on here.
You're probably right.
Doesn't that sound like something they would do?
Sure, why not?
We got to. No, seriously. Doesn't it seem like they would be like, let's get rid of all these small guys we had under contract. We'll pretend we're giving them a chance to get over, and that they're not going to get over because we're going to bury them, and then say they didn't get over, and then release them. That's the WWE.
That is exactly what they're doing, my friend.
Okay. Speaking of released, we got K-Sounds versus Yulisa and Valentina.
Which teams out of these two are going to get released?
I think Yulisa and Valentina are probably gonna.
So funny thing with Yulisa, Valentina, and Schnabitz. What's her other friend, Schnabitz?
No, I was saying Yulisa and Valentina.
Oh, they're both going to be released.
Yeah.
Those girls. So this is one of the matches that I totally 100% tuned out, and I had to rewind it to see the finish. Why? Well, because ever since let me see, Valentina Feroz and Yulisa Leon came on as fucking a tag team, they've lost every single match, if I'm correct.
Pretty much.
And then one of the two girls, I can't tell which is which, comes in with a fucking garden on her shoulders. I guess to stand out.
Yeah, they're like, well, you see K-Sounds come in and they're in full rave gear. And then these two girls come in and they're in like Carnival. So it's like, take your pick of what kind of festival you like. And
Stupid. Terrible. It's terrible.
and then they also, you'll notice how they like to start by dancing. Like they ring the bell and she's like, wait. So it's like, why would I wait for you? I'm just going to punch you in the mouth.
Yeah, I will punch her right in the fucking breast.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know. I just don't see anything in them, really.
And they can't even. Well, here's a problem too. They don't speak English.
Oh, not well, but
Not at all. Hardly. I mean, they can't
they
communicate.
They do because we heard from them during something that happened earlier.
I'm going to fire you.
Yeah, that's
I'm going to
pretty
beat you up
good. Pretty good.
because we are from Portugal. That's all we got, bro.
They're not from Portugal. None of them is from Portugal.
I don't know. What are they? Mexican? I don't know. What are they? Puerto Rican?
Can we say? Can we just say one nice thing, and that is,
You got sweet bodies.
oh, not about them. I don't really.
Oh.
They're going to get released. There's no point saying nice things. I'm talking
okay.
about. Let's talk about the K Sounds for a second. They are really taking their friendship and tag team chemistry. They're trying to do stuff. They're coming up with stuff.
I'll tell you where they're taking it. No?
Yeah. Yeah. So one half of our resident heckler tag team, Lawrence Weaver, saying, "Boo, y'all hating on the fan appeal and Vet about to talk about work rate. Here we go." No, I wasn't.
No.
But
That wasn't. I know for sure.
I was just saying that, K-Sound seemed like they're very into their, like I see them, they look like, to me, what I see from them is it looks like they're thinking about things to try. So I like that. I like the effort. You know what I mean? They'll get there.
Fair. Very fair.
You all right, buddy?
Yeah, I'm all right.
All right. Wesley walks, and then
I liked Wesley, and
you like him walking?
I like him what he does. Period.
Okay.
But go ahead.
All right. Well, after the break, we actually get Wesley again. Like I was wondering if we were going to watch 10 promos and other things, but no, we actually come back and he's there, and he's addressing the people, and he's kind of like Trick comes out to interrupt him, and they say some shit back and forth, but it's like they're dancing around reality. They're referencing things, but they're not saying it. You know what I mean? Like Trick is saying things like, your friends leave you. I'll just do like your other two friends and leave. Like that kind of thing. So they're acknowledging them, but not really.
Right. This kid Wesley is so talented. I think in the ring. I'm gonna ask you now, as an in-ring performer, somebody who was taught under the tutelage and learning tree of Rip Rogers, did this kid emote the emotions that were? I thought he did, but I wanted to hear what you thought about his promo. Cutting tears, going back and forth with this guy. I thought he did a phenomenal job. I really want to hear what you think. This one stopped me, by the way. I paid attention to this.
Well, this doesn't have much to do with what I learned from Rip. This has more to do with what I see in all my entertainment consumption over the years. Like every TV show, every movie, everything, and wrestling included, of what people are trying to do. So, clearly all he has to do is think about real life situations, and he's going to get choked up because, I guess he has been through a lot.
Right.
So it must be hard for him. And then you take all that other extraneous stuff, and then you add in the fact that he's a severely tiny person and has to be in a profession that's people expect you to be big. So he's got that.
Isn't he 5'10", 180?
Maybe in his dreams. But and maybe
I'll
that's
find
why
out.
he's really crying. But
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, no, he did fine with this, because I wonder, are they scripting him and how much? And did they have to carefully go over certain things since he is going to be slightly referencing things? Not quite, but almost like saying things. Did they have to definitely make sure that they gave him the exact verbiage so that he didn't say something, that they didn't want him to say?
Right.
So I don't know.
Let me see something here. Well, I like to look this stuff up. Oh shit. He's more than 180. He's 190.
No, he isn't.
But he is billed, and I quote, at 5'7".
Jeez.
So if he's if he's billed at 5'7", what do we say? 2 inches?
Yeah, so he'd be 5'5" then.
My wife is taller than him because my wife is a shoot 5'7".
He
Whoa.
might be. Well, he might be 5'8.5" with the afro.
Bro, 5'7" is terribly small. And I'm not saying that for a human being or he's small for an average male. What is an average male, Vet? 5'9"?
Something like that, yeah.
See, Lawrence Weaver says 5'7", 190.
Yeah, he's not 190. He'd have to be carrying 2 15-pound dumbbells to be 190.
Wow, man. That's a small dude. How tall are you, Vet? What are you, like 6'1"?
6, yeah.
So we're about the same height. Interesting. Well,
yeah, I'm as of the last time I checked, I'm like 192. There's no way that Wesley weighs the same as me, so
wow, interesting. Well, Nash Carter is billed at 176, 5'10".
Oh, he was the smaller one?
He was the bigger
176? Yeah, but 176?
I just work here, bro.
Whatever. Why are we talking about them?
I don't know. You want
One
to
of
know?
them's gone and the other one's gonna be gone.
Oh shit.
Tiffany Stratton,
Mm-hmm.
not gonna be gone. She's running down Wendy in a vignette of an interview. It was like she sat in a chair like she was talking to somebody, even though nobody was there. And they interspersed footage of Wendy doing stupid things. She's like, she ruined my outfit, and they show the clip of her throwing the confetti. It's like, what, the confetti ruined your outfit? Like, you had to pick it out of your bra? Like, I don't.
Oh no, you don't know
it.
what happened? This was actually on WrestleStink.com. She received over 500,000 paper cuts.
Oh.
Yeah, fucking bled all over the place.
I see. Well, she didn't mention that part.
Well, she's stupid.
Yeah. Well, her daddy said.
Her daddy was not happy.
Yeah. But yeah, I continue to enjoy the little spoiled princess gimmick. I think she's doing well with it. Even if it's not the best thing in the world, you were asking me, what do I think about Wes Lee? I think he did all right, even though the material is a little bit whack, because they're not going all the way with it. So same thing here. Like, it's not the greatest gimmick, but I think she's, sinking her teeth into it. So that's what I like to see.
Fair enough. I think Tiffany Stratton has also gotten exponentially better since she first debuted.
Yeah. Yeah,
So.
she's been good on the, good on the mic, good with her character. Better in the ring, Lawrence Weaver.
Damn it.
So then we get Roderick Strong and the other Stevenson. They're coming to the ring. And then we get Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro. Cruz del Toro. I guess Raul Mendoza wasn't Spanish enough, so let's.
Raul Mendoza's a much better name, dude, than Cruz del Toro.
Yeah. Well, anyway, they don't think so. So we get the match. This is the match where, Stax has the cane, and he trips Cruz.
Wasn't Tony Two Holes?
Yeah, I think so. He trips him with the no look trip, and then Cruz gets beat by the Stevenson kid.
Sure.
And
he is so unimpressive.
Well, give him a chance.
Gable Stevenson Jr.
He's pretty damn new to this. I mean, these guys, we know they weren't working long because they were both doing this, the amateur version of this, like in a matter of months ago. So give him a chance.
He just looks like a guy that should have wrestled in the early '80s in the Mid-South territories. You know, like tag team with Iceman King Parsons.
Yeah. Well, let's give him a chance to remake his physique and see if he gets a personality, and then we'll revisit this in, whenever.
Okay.
Now we get an interview with Giovanni Vinci. Oh, this didn't catch your interest, especially when Ikemenjiro interrupts and says, "You talk about style, but you style strong."
Yeah, and he showed him his penis.
Yeah.
That's why he opened his jacket, right? It's the only reason he would do that.
Well, also because he has like pictures of his face inside the lining of his jacket.
Oh.
Maybe that's.
But doesn't everybody?
Does everybody have pictures of Ikemenjiro's face or their own face?
Oh, I have pictures of my own face in my lining of my dinner jackets.
Oh, okay. How does that?
So,
Do you normally,
what?
when you go to one of those places when they say, "Can I take your coat?" Do you just be like, "No, I'm good."
Well, first and foremost, when I go to the finest establishments to get my dinner jackets or my dress coats or whatever the fuck are suits, mostly today's, man, super high end. I'll go in there and I'll be like, listen, here's a picture of my face. I want you guys to make the lining with the finest silk, okay? And I want my face all over the jacket. That way, when I do go to one of these places where I want to take my jacket off, I'll never question if it's my jacket or someone else's. Not the only fact that I wear a size 55.
Mm-hmm.
My shoulders are fucking wide. And my attention to this show was narrow, so.
Right. So Toxic Attraction walks. Did that do anything for you?
I got some, a little attention there.
They walk. Oh, but what about this now? Okay, the Equalizer is back.
Oh, the white dude, the British white dude from the 80s with the gun?
Yep.
Cool.
Played in this film by Apollo Crews. And he's walking through the city.
Can we play this one?
No, let's just not. Let's just move on.
Oh, come on.
No.
Fuck.
No,
right,
we're not putting this shit over.
All right.
But it's really bad, and you all should look at it on your own time.
So basically, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that. So Apollo Crews now is some type of fucking superhero, like a Batman with no fucking gun. Who would you say? You know who he is? What's that? What was that movie with Keenan Ivory Wayans?
Blank Man?
Not Blank Man.
Oh, Low Down Dirty Shame?
Low Down Dirty Shame? Is that the one that he doesn't want to use a gun?
Maybe.
And then at the end, he finally uses the gun after he shaves his head bald like us, puts on the sunglasses and the trench coat. Jada Pinkett Smith smacks him and just keeps it moving. So that's what this is. That's exactly what this is. He is fucking Keenan Ivory Wayans. He walks around, not necessarily looking for trouble, but he's the new problem solver. What gimmick was that? Who had that gimmick? The problem solver gimmick. Brodus Clay. He's a short, better in shape, less talented. Well, no, more talented. I don't know. We'll call him the Equalizer. That's fine.
He's the Equalizer because, which of all those characters that you were just thinking of was walking down the middle of a city street writing in a journal, like handwriting in a bound journal.
That would be what's her name from Murder She Wrote.
No, she's a typewriter.
She didn't.
And she didn't do it walking down the street.
Mr. Belvedere.
Mr. Belvedere was a superhero.
Didn't he walk around with a fucking gimmick that he was writing his story down? And to China and had it before, no one has. He's writing and shit. The music's playing in the background. And hit the pocket as he heads to the door on him. No?
Somehow I feel that still the gimmick is different.
Is it?
Well, did Mr. Belvedere ever walk down an alley where a dude was getting jumped by 3 dudes and then visualize taking out the 3 dudes? No, he visualized asking a guy that was standing, or actually, no, let me rephrase that.
Sure. By the
he
street
didn't
lights.
ask the guy anything.
There
The
was a
guy
street lamp there.
volunteered information that was standing outside of an alley like, hey, man, don't go down there. It's nothing but trouble.
Yep.
He visualized that. Then he visualized it again.
Mm-hmm.
Then he visualized what he was going to do. Then the guy said it for real.
Mm-hmm.
So somehow he knew the guy was going to tell him, hey, man, that's a lot of trouble. Don't go down there. And then when he goes down there to actually do it, and he just tucks the journal in his jacket, which has no pocket there. So he's gonna beat those guys' ass by holding his journal with his elbow inside his jacket and just use one hand. I guess.
No, he tucked the journal into a large pocket in his jacket.
I didn't
Either
see
that, he did. He shoved it into the side. Now I don't know if he shoved it into his pants like a Glock.
There was no pocket. Maybe in the dream sequence where he visualized beating the guys up, he had put it in a pocket, but in the real version, which this cameraman, whoever's filming this, that always films it right at Apollo Crews' waist level as he walks into him, and then he just immediately turns the camera off so we don't get to see any more of this.
Well, my question is that it's nighttime. It's nighttime in the city, right? Now, when it's nighttime in the city, Vet, what are there a lot of on to make the nighttime light?
Well, I think Solo Sikoa would know the answer to this. There's street lights.
There's tons of street lamps, just street lights.
Just waiting, just asking to get beaten up.
Where
They're
was
begging
Solo?
for it.
Where the fuck was Solo Sikoa? Was he busy fighting the street lamp while these guys? Did you notice that all the gentlemen that were doing the attacking were African American?
Yes.
A little racist.
Maybe.
Poor fat white guy looking like Colin on the floor.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to play this. You have to visualize it, guys. You got a fat version of Colin just getting laid out by 8-Track Black, Lawrence. Who else we got in here? By Sonic the Hedge Rat.
This was let me just say,
My life. What?
people have said, fans of HMG have said things to the effect of,
What?
Vet, how come you never apply for a job or whatever? Like they say that, like, you seem to know what you're talking about. Why don't you? It's like, look, man, I have no interest in working there, but
Oh yeah, Lawrence Weaver's definitely one of the guys beating the shit out of Colin.
yeah, if I were to be offered a job and they said you could work at NXT or whatever, I would last just long enough to be in one of the meetings where they pitch this thing. And then what I say in that meeting would be the last day that I worked there.
Yeah, you'll be fired, bro.
Yeah, and that's what I would want, like, because I didn't want to be there in the first place. So I would only take the job just to get fired, because I would love to dress everybody down that came up with this storyboard for this and then actually filmed it and let it air on television. Anyway, this was great. Everybody check it out.
It was great, like so bad it was good.
If you were doing like a student film as like an 8th grader, like you're one of those kids, like you've seen the movie Rushmore, you know how the kid like
not, sir.
You haven't? Okay, well, anybody that's seen the movie Rushmore knows what
Maybe
I'm
I
talking
have.
about.
Let me
But,
see, let me see.
yeah, that it's to that level, but not to the level of supposedly the best wrestling
I have
company
seen
in
it.
the world.
I have seen this movie.
Okay. Well, Toxic Attraction though has. I wonder if they had to watch this. Like when they're standing in the ring, do they have to, or do they walk past a monitor that's showing this and then they watch it before they come out? Like, I don't know, but I'd love to hear Toxic Attraction's take on the Equalizer. But in any case, they're in the ring, they're doing a promo. They start saying how Roxanne Perez is out of her element and she should buy a bus ticket that she's always talking about and go back home. Right. And then, so she comes out with her best friend, Cora Jade. And then they're like, I'm going to use my contract to get a tag team title match. And then K-Sounds come out and they're like, I know you have a contract and all that says you can have a championship match whenever you want. And that was the whole point of the contract. But fuck you. we're first. Get in line. And then they basically were like,
I kind of dug that though.
yeah. And then Cora Jade said something like, you know, I've only been here a year. She just got here. You guys are done, basically, which is kind of like a weird shoot thing. But anyway, so they start fighting in the aisle, and Toxic Attraction is amused by this, and you know, that's basically what we get here.
Well, come on.
The babyface is fighting.
Let me ask you a question, Vet.
Please.
What's your favorite sport to play?
It would have been basketball if I was playing sports.
That's not going to work. Can you pick another one? I'm just saying, like,
why don't you tell me what sport you'd like me to play?
I'm just saying, it's just like she's like, oh, you know, yeah, being the world champion would be cool, but I'd rather share that moment, you know, and be a tag team champion. I don't know. Do you really? Like, she could go for the world title.
Basketball's a team sport, so that doesn't work.
That doesn't
I see what you're saying.
work. Yeah.
Well, every sport is a team sport except for boxing and tennis. So, and even tennis can be a team sport sometimes.
I guess doubles. I guess I just don't know. Okay, tennis is good because, you know, a singles competitor winning Wimbledon, you know, that's a bigger deal than winning Wimbledon doubles or whatever. I just unless you're Venus and Serena, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I see what you're saying. I guess her point was, I don't need a contract to get a title shot because I'm that good. I'll get it
Eventually.
Right. That's why I always thought, you know how they do the they do a Royal Rumble, and then they would do it for Raw, and like they have one Royal Rumble, but the winner is from either Raw or SmackDown, right? Or the person can challenge whichever champion that he wants. Well, right. Are you really going to have WrestleMania and not have the other championship defended? So even if you don't win the Royal Rumble, somebody's getting that title shot. So I guess Roxanne's point is like, well, I may have a contract, but I can use that for the tag team, and I'll get the other belt on my own.
Eventually. All right. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
no, you're right. I guess, yeah.
But, you know. And some people do focus on tag team wrestling. So,
why
you know, I just heard Bully Ray today say, I don't know why that's funny.
Why is that funny? Why is
well, I'll let him explain himself. You know, he's made, look, he's roasting me. He thinks it's funny. He thinks it's like, look at this is how I get over. So go ahead and get over Lawrence Weaver. So
I'm gonna wait. No.
What do you mean?
No. Why can't Vet be good at basketball? Why? Larry Bird, in my opinion, is the second greatest player of all time in the NBA. Is it because he's white?
Bird.
No, you shut up, Vet. I'm defending you. Is it because he's white? Is that what it is? Huh? And golf is, in fact, a fucking sport. You know how much hand-eye coordination it takes to fucking hit a golf ball straight 400 fucking yards? I've tried it. And I used to play baseball, and I was really fucking good. It's fucking hard.
I say golf
hold on, Vet. You're tired. A lot of fucking walking.
You could ride the cart if you...
Shut up. You're my partner, bro. This is not fair.
It's all right.
Oh, now bowling's a skill. You know what, Lawrence Weaver?
Well, look, Ray, I mean, you know
what?
One of us watches...
Tell me you did not just say that.
I've been holding that one back for a long time.
You've had it the whole time?
Did you know that besides winning the Duncan Hines championship, Vet, aren't you a 4-time 3-on-3 hardwood classic basketball half-court champion?
Yeah. Well, I was in that league that Ice Cube had.
Yeah, the big three, when it was just the big two.
Yeah.
And the third guy was coming off the bench. I know.
Yeah.
It just angers me. Golf is a sport, guys.
Yeah, on the debate of golf as a sport, I give it the sport status just because how hard it is. It's not that strenuous if 80-year-old men can play it, but it is very difficult. So I'll give them sport on that.
I want to see an 80-year-old man chuck a bowling ball down a fucking lane. Those things are heavy.
Well, they do.
Oh, come on. Why do I even bother? You're gonna fucking contradict everything I say, Vet. I don't get why you do this.
Well, I just want to be honest with the people, but yeah. So what was our point? Oh yeah, Trick and Mello were gonna get interviewed here, and it was kind of boring. And then Cameron Grimes enters, and then we get an interview with Indy Hartwell, which is before she even says one word, immediately here comes Kiana James. And is talking about statistics and probabilities and other things that
Nobody
Elizabeth
gives a
was
shit.
probably like. No, Elizabeth was probably like, ooh.
No, Elizabeth was like,
but everybody
she's
else-
wrong.
Yeah, probably yeah.
Oh, before we get to the main event, we have a sponsor I have to put over.
Like right before or
Yeah, right before the main event. Before
Okay.
this main event is brought to you by, and we'll do the sponsor.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Then we get Idris Inoue versus Cameron Grimes. And this is all stemming from last week when they had their little talk, and this is a friendly contest, and Cameron Grimes wins, and he's very sportsmanlike and shakes hands and gives him a hug, and no angle. So here we go. It's nice. It's nice to see just a little something different where somebody doesn't just get jumped after the match every single fucking time.
Yeah, and it was a good match.
Mm-hmm.
And
then we get Chase U, roomies. Now look.
Oh boy.
There's a reason I'm not wearing my Chase U sweatshirt today.
Mm.
And that's because it's unreasonably hot. But as a side note,
It's cold over here in New York. 66.
consider yourself lucky. As a side note, now we've, Ray, you and I have enjoyed Chase U's antics and Andre Chase, and like we've put over some of the stuff they've done, and we talk about we enjoy Andre Chase. He's funny, and like, in the ring he's doing a good job and all these things. Like we've been generally positive, but let's face it, like at least some of that is like tongue in cheek, like ironic. Like we're comparing it to other stuff we have to watch on this show. If this was the worst thing on a wrestling show, then yeah, that would be acceptable. But it's actually the best, which means that we have huge problems. And this right here, this skit with Thea and Bodhi being roommates at Chase U, this is on the side of what the fuck are we doing here? This is awful. I cannot put this over in any fashion. I'm sorry.
Mr. Vet?
Sir.
What we have right now is a teachable moment.
I think 70s and 80s cartoon sounds should not be in an adult wrestling show.
What was it? I like when he's shaking his.
Do that again, and on 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah,
That happened
Looney
on an
Tunes
adult
happened.
on an adult TV show where the demographic is 18 to 49. Number one, if that young lady was my roommate, there'd be a problem.
A sexy problem?
A very fucking sexy. I'd be like, oh shit, I forgot you were home. Even though I knew she was home several times, I'd just be walking out naked from the shower every fucking day. Oh shit, you're home? You just talked to me 2 minutes ago. I know. This is your third shower of the day.
It's just so hot over here, 66 degrees.
It's so fucking hot. And I'm going like this just so I can flex my arm. I'd be doing like crazy shit, bro. I'd be like, oh man, hey, you look tense. Can I massage you? This is the 10th massage you offered me today. I know. I'm just trying to be a good roommate. Anyway, I'm gonna have something to eat. Would you like to share this bowl of strawberries and cream and whipped cream? I'll feed you. I don't want you getting tired. You're like putting all over. When she talks, you just do that shit. Shh.
Yeah.
It'd be a problem, bro.
And that would make number 8 on the Sportsters list of. Anyway.
Come to my limo. I want to show you something.
So,
I want to show you how to drive stick, bitch. No? All right.
Yeah, so, needless to say, not the best showing, but we'll give him a chance to rebound from this.
Come on.
It wasn't even as awfully entertaining as the Equalizer thing. It was just awful, period.
It was embarrassing. Like God forbid, my wife was watching TV with me and I was watching NXT because I was thinking about watching NXT last night when I got home. My wife didn't give a shit. I was like, nah, we could watch what's that show? America's Got Talent instead. I'll watch it in the morning. And I'm glad I did watch America's Got Talent because I would have been embarrassed as a wrestling fan. Because for some reason, anytime my wife tunes in, it's some stupid shit, like really dumb shit that pops up. Like that. Remember the last time my wife watched wrestling with me, it was the whole skit with Tamina and the other idiot,
the commitment ceremony.
Oh my God, bro. She was like, what is this? She goes, what is this? She goes, this is what you watch, Ray? That's why you have a small dick, she tells me. My wife.
Well, joke's on her. She married you, so.
Yeah.
For
a horse.
That's the curse of the wrestling fan, Ray. Like, anytime we're watching it, the worst possible thing comes on when somebody that's not a fan is around.
Fuck, it always happens.
And yeah, now imagine we like feeling this way like 20 years ago and being like, man, wrestling's stupid. And then I'd give anything for 20 years ago wrestling.
10 years ago wrestling.
Yeah, even that. 10 years ago it was just boring. Now it's actively awful.
I would go for some sweet 2008. Just saying. Not a bad year. That was ruthless aggression.
It used to be the worst time ever in the history of pro wrestling was the that period of time, but now today has taken over. Every day is the new worst day ever in the history of wrestling.
You think that ruthless aggression era was not great? I thought it was very good.
It started out okay, but by the time you're talking about,
okay, right.
Like there's nothing left of it.
Okay.
You're now we're in like, what is this like?
I'm gonna see
2008 was. I can't even tell you what was going on in 2008.
I'm gonna find out what's going on in 2008. Go ahead.
So Ridge and Brooks walk. Then we get our Nikkita Lyons thing. She's not patient, guys. She's on the road to recovery and she's coming back. Because she says patience isn't a virtue. So let's hope she doesn't hurry to the ring too fast and get hurt again. Now we get the Ridge versus Brooks with no one at ringside. Everyone's banned.
You know who's going to win that one.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what got me interested in this. Because I look at this match and I'm like, fuck, I don't want to watch this. But then I see the Ridge going after that broken hand. And he focused his entire match around the hand. And then he ended up, he gave Brooks a little bit at the end for a false hope, and then he beat him just like he should. And I thought they had, a good match. They told the story in the match. I liked it. So that's pretty surprising. Ridge goes over hard on the Chris Pratt of NXT. So
2008, just looking at some significant events. The Royal Rumble was the first WWE pay-per-view to ever be broadcasted in the HD format. Carlos Colon retires. Shawn Michaels had his match against Ric Flair, WrestleMania. I don't know. I think that was a pretty good year in WWE, right?
Well, maybe that one WrestleMania. Overall, it sucked. Yeah. So then, Junior and Cameron Grimes have a word in the back. Cameron Grimes basically like, you know, you don't want to see this Cameron Grimes because then you won't be the champion anymore or some shit. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. Alba Fire comes in. But that's, you know, again, we can't just have an entrance and then another entrance. We got to somewhere in between there. We get a Gacy promo where he's talking about the Dyad guys.
Who are the guys you said you thought they were?
Grizzled Young Veterans.
You think that's going to be them?
I don't know. I saw that on the internet somewhere, and I agreed. Because where have they been, right? So, now we get Lash Legend, and we're getting a Lash versus Alba. So they start having a match, and everything's going normally until Lash Legend just grabs her bat and hits her in the face. So there you go, the old bat to the face. What do you think of this outrageous action from Lash Legend? Like, was this justified?
She got to do what she got to do, bro. She has to do what she has to do. I will. You know what? Did she lose? Or did she not have to wrestle this fucking putrid first grade teacher that told me I'd never be a paleontologist?
Well, by that logic, she should have hit her before the match started.
Facts.
And then Tony... Stop it.
WWE versus
sex
TNA.
Celebration.
WWE versus TNA. This all happened. John Cena versus the Raw fans in WWE. Randy Orton versus Triple H and Batista. No? Chris Jericho versus Shawn Michaels. Good matches. Good times in 2008.
Good matches, bad TV. Really bad.
I will see who the wrestling champions were. Go ahead.
Well, Tony's getting ready to go to the ring. So now would be a good time for our sponsor.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you listen to the Ridiculously Random podcast, this is our new sponsor.
Yo, ever heard of Jerkmate? It's as fun, entertaining, and addictive as the most popular social network with a spicy, sexy twist. Come see for yourself and watch thousands of crazy girls do things that are beyond your wildest dreams. Join in on the fun today.
That's jerkmates.com, ladies and gentlemen. So please head over there and put in code BR, what is it, Big Ray H. Go ahead, buddy.
Is that a legit sponsorship?
Yeah, why would I put it over if it wasn't?
For the content?
So we get in the main event, right?
Yeah, well, we had a main event here of Tony D'Angelo versus Carmelo Hayes. Yeah, all right, look, I'm going to level with you. I barely paid any attention to this. So Santos screws the Don over. He goes ahead and he slides those knucks in. He looks at him. He makes that eye contact for a second. And then he's like, but not you, and slides the knucks over. Mello takes advantage. Punch! Referee's distracted, of course. And Tony does not walk out the North American champion. So I guess, according to his own words earlier, they will be held to pay. I doubt you're any more interested in this than I am, but I did want to ask you a question that's more interesting and relevant. It's something I've been meaning to ask you for a while.
Go ahead.
So, way back when in the NXT Breakout Tournament, you were very high on Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah.
You raved about him. It's all in the archives, channelattitude.com. You can hear Ray put over Carmelo Hayes. And I'm not discounting anything you said. I'm not even particularly arguing now. I just want to revisit now. We've had some time. Where are you at with Carmelo Hayes these days?
I still think the kid's going to be a star. I really do. I think Carmelo Hayes is great.
So do you enjoy anything that he really is doing? And before you answer, you cannot include Trick Williams in the equation.
Damn. Then no.
Okay. Well, I was just wondering.
No. I do like Carmelo Hayes. I do like him. Is he like fucking second coming of fucking Dwayne Johnson? No. But I think the kid has a ton of talent.
He's not going to buy the WWE?
Not yet.
He's not going to buy Tamina a house?
No.
He's not going to buy the barbershop that he goes to every once in a while?
I think he owns that barbershop.
Oh.
Okay. That?
He's not going to open a second franchise barbershop location?
Bro. Yes.
Oh, all right.
Anywho. Again, I think Carmelo Hayes is a very good wrestler. He's a very good in-ring person, in-ring wrestler. I don't think he's a bad worker. Do you think he's a bad worker?
Who, Melo?
Yeah.
I don't know if he can work. I only see him have matches that look like they were pre-planned.
What about his promos, the way he talks, his character?
I'll put it this way, Ray. I'm not the one that came up with the Gangster Rapper Posse member soundbite.
We don't even have that anymore, do we?
I don't think so, but regardless.
Well,
that's what they reminded you of.
What, this?
For sure.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real Men of Genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Gangster Rapper Posse member.
Mr. Gangster Rapper Posse member.
Yeah, that was I mean, that's what your mind conjured up when you thought of these guys and their gimmick. So I don't know. You know what it is to me?
What's that?
If you look at everything on paper, it seems like, pun totally intended, can't miss. Right? But I just don't think he has the proverbial it.
He needs Trick Williams with him. I think once he loses Trick Williams, he loses a lot of his character. And now my question to you is this. To you, Vet, and this will go into the archives. What's today's date? Today is the 22nd of June, 2022. Who do you think has the potential to be a bigger star? Carmelo Hayes or Trick Williams?
Inside, well, if I take everything out of like if I take all real world out of the equation and just look at it in like a fantasy vacuum.
You're a wrestling promoter. You're a wrestling promoter, and you want to build your company around either of these two stars. Who's the guy?
Well, keeping in mind that I would never choose to build a company around either one of these guys. But,
I know.
But if I had to pick one, I would definitely go with. What I have to go with. I guess I have to go with Trick because he has the things that are harder to teach. I mean, you can't teach somebody a personality, you know? You can teach them little things to do, but you can't give them a personality. So I can worry about teaching Trick how to work later. But yeah, it would have to be. But I think you're right in the sense that they need each other in this instance because on their own, I just don't think either one of them makes sense given the way they've been presented to us thus far.
Fair enough. Just to see. Hey, who do you think was the number one wrestler in the world in 2008?
According to what? The PWI 500?
Yeah. I got top 10 here. Interested real quick?
2008?
Mm-hmm. It was an interesting year. Actually, I could run down the top 20 real quick.
Is it if it's 2008?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I'm going to run up this list.
Is it Chris Jericho?
No. I'm going to run up this list, starting at 21, because it's AJ Styles at 21. So some of the names, you stop me when you hear a name that sticks out to you. Ready? Number 20, Hiroshi Tanahashi, number 19. Number 19. Remember this 2008. Ric Flair.
Yeah.
18. Jeff Hardy. 17. Mystico.
Mystico.
Mystico in Mexico. Yeah, he had a run in Mexico at the time.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the guy that eventually is Sin Cara, right?
Right. This is prior to his signing with WWE. Number 17, Keiji Muta.
Oh
Japanese.
yeah, that's the great Muta, legend. So
of course. 15, Batista. 14, Christian Cage, TNA Christian Cage. 13, Bryan Danielson.
I've heard of him.
12, Ultimo Guerrero, Mexico.
He sucks. Fuck
yeah,
him.
he's not good.
He's terrible.
Now we're getting to the top here. Number 11, Takeshi Morishima.
Takeshi Morishima. I
wanna see it?
guess. Are you sure this is this the PWI 500?
PWI 500. Yep, for 2008.
I don't even know who Morishima worked for back then.
At that time, he was working for. Let me see.
All Japan?
Noah.
Noah? Okay.
Yep, he's working for Noah. Okay, number 10, Shinsuke Nakamura. Number 9, John Cena.
Wow, number 9.
Number 9, 2008. Number 8, remember this guy? Nigel McGuinness.
Wow.
Number 7.
He was on NXT Level Up when I was watching Thea Hale versus Ariana Grace just a few moments ago.
That he was. Number 7, Shawn Michaels. Number 6,
Heard of him.
The Undertaker.
Right.
Now we're going to the top 5. Here we go. Edge, number 5. 2008, Samoa Joe, number 4. 3 top superstars are all for the United States. Number 3, Triple H. Number 2, at this time I believe he's wrestling in TNA, battling Christian Cage for the NWA World Heavyweight title, or the TNA title. Kurt Angle was number 2. So now I mentioned all these names. Think about 2008. Think about the SmackDown versus Raw cover. Who's the number 1 guy in the world in 2008?
Well, given all the other names you said, it has to be Orton, doesn't it?
Does it? What did he do? What did he do in 2008 that you remember?
Be the champion a bunch of times. Wrestle John Cena 1,000 times.
What was his theme song in 2008? Was it the old "Hey, nothing you can say"? No.
Maybe.
No. Anyway, so number 1 was in fact.
Voices in my head, they counsel me, they understand, they talk to me.
Randall Keith Orton.
Yeah, I could see that. It's pretty good in 2008. No Jericho, really.
Let me see what Jericho
Keeping
is.
in mind that this is the year where he was the champion and he started wearing suits and using big words and talking quietly, and he had all those matches with Shawn Michaels.
So check this out. I'm going down this list, right? AJ Styles is 21. CM Punk is 24. Tomko is 25. Still no Jericho. El Mesias. He's wrestling in Carlos Colon's gimmick over there.
Is it?
Shit, there he is.
Where's he at? 29.
So number 30 is Kensuke Sasaki. Then is Chris Jericho at 29, and above him is Dr. Wagner Jr.
Yeah.
And Jay Lethal.
Yeah. Well, was this 2008? The award was given, and it's for the year of 2007, because that makes more sense.
Maybe.
There's no way that Chris Jericho's 2008 wasn't his best. He wouldn't have been 29 for the 2008 he had. So it must be like going off of 2007.
So I would have to look up the 2009 PWI 500.
2007, he wasn't even really wrestling. I think that's when he like left the WWE for a while.
So I'm not gonna give you the whole thing, but the 2009 PWI 500. This is gonna make more sense now. Number 10 was Ultimo Guerrero. Number 9 is Sting. Number 8 is CM Punk. Big leap. The year before that, he was 24. Sting was 84. The year before that. Now Tanahashi shoots up here. He's number 7. The year before, number 20. Number 8 and number 6, up 2 spots, is Nigel McGuinness. Randy Orton has now been dropped to number 5. This is 2009, so this is for the year 2008. You're right. This is the year behind. He was number 1 previously. Number 4 is Edge. He's up 1 from number 5. Now, John Cena shoots all the way up to number 3 at number 9. Chris Jericho from 29 all the way to number 2 in the world. And number 1 in the world in 2009, which is actually 2008, Triple H.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, I was about to say, okay.
So, interesting. Fun stuff to listen to.
Yeah.
Anywho. Oh, so what'd you think of NXT?
Meh.
Right?
I would rank that number 500.
No, 501.
Yeah, 501.
501.
Got left off.
Let's see something. Who is number 500? Oh, they only given 100 here. They don't show the whole fucking 5. Oh no, here we go. Number 500 in 2009, a wrestler by the name of Shockwave the Robot.
Cool. I wonder if I was ever in the PWI 500.
You could have been.
It's possible. I never looked at it. And I know that like the 3 through 500 is just a bunch of nobodies. So it's possible someone could have just thrown me in there, but
What would your name be? The Vet?
no.
What did they call you?
I was in a tag team and I was Agent Williams and my partner was Agent Johnson.
Agent Williams?
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. What year did you wrestle?
It would have been from 2006 to 2008, I think.
2008.
I'm sure I wouldn't show up in there, but
Here you go. Agent Williams.
I'm not there. Come on.
You are 233.
Nope, that's not true. It's not
Right,
even close to true.
right ahead of a guy named Adam Flash, and behind a guy by the name of Kenzo Suzuki.
Kenzo Suzuki. Yeah, with he had the geisha wife on SmackDown.
Yes, why not? Why the fuck not, bro? Agent Williams. Agent Williams. And what's the other boy's name?
Agent Johnson. That might not show up.
Johnson. You guys wrestling. You guys were wrestling.
But I don't think they would put
Where the fuck are you guys wrestling at
tag
again?
Tag team focused. I think we should take the show home.
We could. Oh, whoa. Something totally crazy came up when I put Agent Johnson. So I'm not gonna.
Don't. Is that one of your new sponsors for Ridiculously Ranked?
Anyway, bro. Yo, man, what are you doing this week? Social
week.
media, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Oh, question. Are you gonna play the new Ninja Turtles video game?
I've been playing it.
The new one that came out.
I've been playing it.
Oh, have you? Are you gonna play it today? I'm gonna watch you while I clean the house.
Maybe.
What do you think of? What do you think about it? Just curious.
Well, you just have to tune into my twitch.tv/opinionhaver. There's some archive broadcasts that everybody can check out. There's lots of fun stuff going on over there. Twitch.tv/opinionhaver. And you can also find me at Opinion Haver on many social media sites. All your favorite social media sites. That's where you can find me. You can find me on the Impact Attack, where Ray is too busy to do what he promised to do. And
I didn't promise.
I think you used the word promise.
I said I promise I will watch the match. I didn't say I would promise I'd jump on it and neck. Dude, I was tired, man.
Yeah. So, I was on the Smack Attack this past week. So if you missed that, go ahead and check that one out too. Channelattitude.com. I'm not a hard guy to find, I don't think.
So, don't think? Okay.
I never looked for me, so because I'm always right here. But maybe for other people, it could be difficult. I'm not sure.
Well, today it's gonna be me and Colin on a ridiculously random podcast, and we're gonna be doing top 5 game show host. Who's one of your favorite game show hosts, Vet?
Didn't you guys do a game shows episode?
Game shows, yes.
It makes it seem like you are just looking at episodes you've done and getting ideas from past episodes now. It's really a little bit sad.
We were good. I wanted to do, but I think we're saving it for next week. We may be doing top 5 porn stars with April Hunter. Will you watch
Buckshot
that one?
Kid's been asking for that since episode 1.
Buckshot Kid. I want you to tweet at April Hunter. I think she's coming out next week. I mean, that's what we're going to do. Top 5 porn stars. Apparently, Colin was having this conversation with her, and she was rattling off like 40. And my question is, now, is it top 5 female porn stars or porn stars in general? Because then names like Peter North or you know, what's his name? What's the big dick fat guy?
I don't ever want to hear from you a list of your favorite male porn stars, Ray.
Why not?
And neither does anybody else.
Not favorite, it's top porn stars.
Well, it's your top, so that means favorite.
Nina Hartley's going to be in there for me.
Right. Very educational.
Heather Hunter will definitely have to be in there for me.
You can tell that Ray was a vivid 90s little black plastic bag type guy.
Oof, what's a little black plastic bag? What does that mean? Just put one over my head while I'm jerking off and pass out?
No, but that's when you go and you get those movies, that's what they put it in so people can't see what's in it, even though just having the black plastic bag means everybody knows what it is.
Look at this. Look at Media M5 just fucking rattled these off. Ron Jeremy, Sika. Sika was she was a beast. Fuck. Marilyn Chambers. Don't know her. Look at this. More. Look at this. What a fucking... Did you ever leave the house? He must have had a huge... You remember that episode of Family Guy when what's his face? Quagmire finds out porn. Like he could watch porn on the computer, and he comes out with his fucking forearm all swollen and big.
Yes.
He only has one arm. Like just... All right, Vet. I guess we can go now. I'm gonna go fill my morning coffee thoughts. Yesterday was the first time, because I was so exhausted since I started TikTok, that I did not have a morning coffee thoughts or nothing. I didn't put anything up on TikTok.
Did people send you a deluge of messages saying like, "What's wrong?"
I actually got a message from my 750 TikTok followers. I got a few, huh?
Well, I was gonna say every one of them sent you.
Not everyone, some of them. Dude, I gotta get to 1,000. I want to go live on TikTok. I want to be able to interact. I need you guys to follow me on TikTok at Big Ray Hernandez. Follow me on Twitter at Big Ray Hernandez. Follow me on Instagram on Big Ray Hernandez at Big Ray Hernandez. Follow me on Facebook at Raymond Big Ray Hernandez. I will be on the Impact Attack this week to discuss that match. Maybe if I can't make it, I'll send French Spider-Man. Maybe he can talk for me. Say goodbye, Bet.
Goodbye. Or au revoir.
Au revoir. Sky blue. Ron Jeremy's probably the greatest of all time.